Manchester United are in Kiev, where a win tonight in front of the huge Dynamo support would leave them very close to qualifying for the knockout stages of the Champions League. Not too many familiar names in this Dynamo Kiev team. Former Spurs forward Sergei Rebrov is at the club, but currently out through injury. Shatsky is the danger man up front, and Dynamo's one defeat to English opposition at home in Europe, that was against Liverpool in 2001. Now, Wayne Rooney once again leads the United attack. Sir Alex Ferguson is clearly very excited about the developing partnership between Rooney and Carlos Tevez. Vidic has recovered from concussion and starts tonight, but there have been late injury problems. Evra ruled out with a calf injury apparently sustained in the warm-up. O'Shea goes to left back, Fletcher to midfield, and that was after Paul Scholes was a very late withdrawal with a knee injury. Sam, these kind of late problems, how disruptive can they be to any team's aspirations tonight?
Well, it'll be hugely disappointing for Sir Alex and the team. I think a terrific performance against Aston Villa, and I think Sir Alex basically looking to play really the same side tonight, apart from Vidic in and PK out on the bench, and then he's gone out the day early. I know he went out on Monday rather than Tuesday, and of course two injury blows to two very, very important players puts a different light on perhaps the performance tonight, more defensively now than perhaps attacking.
Yes, and the loss of Paul Scholes may be especially significant.
Yeah, of course it is, because he's such a brilliant player. He's a spectacular player, Paul Scholes, has been for United for years, still is so influential now. It'll be interesting to see, because we know that Sir Alex was intending to play John O'Shea in with Anderton in the middle of the park until just literally minutes ago, until he's had to shift it around again. Now Darren Fletcher's in, not a lot of football because he's had a broken leg, so it's difficult for him, and a big responsibility playing in alongside Anderson, who's a little bit free and easy and maybe not so defensively minded.
But it is another chance to see this developing partnership between Wayne Rooney and Carlos Tevez, which is so exciting at the moment, isn't it?
Oh, it's tremendous, but you see, without Scholes and Evra, will the service be provided like the Aston Villa game? And that's going to be very important tonight, on whether you can actually get Rooney and Tevez in the game as much as you would like, and certainly as much as they showed at Aston Villa, because they will cause Dynamo Kiev all sorts of problems with that sort of movement. But I'm just a little worried on the service that may go into these players tonight, so they might become a little bit more ineffective.
How have they managed to gel so quickly, Rooney and Tevez?
I think good players do, Steve. Good players, simple as that. If you're intelligent, most of the best players are intelligent players as well. And I think that's the key to me. I think it's not rocket science. The fact they're from different countries, they don't speak the same language, but good players instinctively know where other good players are going. They know where they want to receive it, and it's that kind of intelligence that I think all the top players really show. And again, we know that Tevez and Rooney, you know, they might be the butt of the jokes in the dressing room or whatever. Let me tell you, they're very clever when they get out there with the ball at their feet.
Until the injury problems hit late this evening ahead of the match, there was nothing negative about United's approach to this one. They want to go out and get qualification done and dusted.
Well, it looked like a very attacking formation, like I said, and of course normally you would expect a Champions League game away from home to be a little bit more defensive, but certainly Sir Alex on this occasion, with the side I think we want to put out, was going to be really all-out attack and try and win the game in the first half an hour by the looks of it.
So it's Dynamo Kiev against Manchester United. The team's on their way out. It's already 9:45 at night in Kiev. We'll be back with the kickoff in a couple of minutes' time.
But he looks fresh as a daisy tonight.
A good start by United. They've captured possession very quickly. Certainly a statement of intent. Giggs really wide on the left, and Ronaldo looks as though he might give us some of his sparkling tricks tonight.
Here's John O'Shea, who was penciled in for a midfield role until half an hour or so ago. Evra just tweaked a calf muscle during the warm-up. It was a precaution on Sir Alex Ferguson's behalf to withdraw him at that late stage. It's not a serious injury. He's far more concerned about Paul Scholes, who will have a scan on his injured knee tomorrow morning with the fear that he may have damaged a cartilage. So Manchester United throw, Tevez playing it cleverly against Ioane.
Kiev have lined up slightly narrow in midfield, very much a diamond with Youssef on the right, And Correa on the left.
Lovely from Tevez. O'Shea getting in behind Dynamo Kiev. Seen off by Ioane. Hook back in towards Ronaldo. Wayne Rooney is onside but can't quite catch up with the ball. But Manchester United bright and breezy in these opening stages and really looking to seize the initiative from the off.
Yeah, very good start, forcing the home team back. We've got to try and put pressure early on their full-backs, because with them playing the diamond, there's every chance that Gianni and Nasmachny from full-back have got space to go forward. Alex Ferguson's had a good look at 2 or 3 videos of this team, and he was quite confident and assertive yesterday in how he was going to play against them.
United have won 9 games in a row in Premier League and Champions League, and only Aston Villa's Gabi Agbonlahor has scored against them during that run. Not many teams come to Kiev as favourites to win, but Manchester United must fancy their chances tonight. Here's Bangura, though, trying to test them. Hits his shot against Vidic. Ball bounces for Ryan Giggs. Diakate got back there. Tevez is back on the ball for Manchester United. Little flick towards Giggs. Very capably dealt with by Diakate. Strapping defender from Senegal. And here goes Bangura at the other end. Ferdinand calmly tidying up. Pulled clearance from Edwin van der Sar under a little bit of pressure. Rincon. Bangura. Now Correa. Yusuf. Slipped in to Shatsky. Manchester United got around Dynamo Kiev's leading scorer very quickly. Good news from London of Arsenal. They've taken an early lead against Slavia Prague at the Emirates Stadium. Cesc Fabregas has scored that goal. Arsenal 1, Slavia Prague 0. Here goes Ronaldo looking to try to put Manchester United in front. Both Manchester United and Arsenal having made 100% starts in the competition. Shatsky is just onside. It was marginal, that. He's bending his run. Diego Ronkin. Played back to Shatsky. Oh, it's fallen now for Rincon inside the penalty area. He stumbles to the ground rather theatrically. And the referee, who is from Hungary, will have nothing to do with it. Viktor Kasai. He's relatively inexperienced, I have to say, at this level. He's only 32 years of age, the Hungarian travel agent who's in charge tonight.
I think he could be a danger. Diego Rincon plays just behind the front. Supposed to be a very skillful ball manipulator from that position. He'll support Bangura at every opportunity. And at the moment, Kiev also look comfortable in possession. Both teams working the ball and playing the ball along the deck.
David Pletu was briefed by Sergei Rebrov, his old Tottenham Hotspur colleague, prior to the game. Rebrov is a part of the setup here at Kiev, but currently injured. The manager, Joseph Szabo, is a man who knows his mind, and you might not all like it. A couple of weeks ago he made some bizarre comments about the players' wives being responsible for the team's poor performances. Called women the scourge of football. Who was that at the back who said, I agree? Takes his players away to a training camp now for days before every game.
They do have wonderful facilities here, some of the best in the world, but they haven't made the progress that they looked like making when Shevchenko and Rebrov were at their prime in the late 90s.
Who'd have thought we'd seen a Kiev team with as many Africans in it as Ukrainians? Rooney trying his luck from a difficult angle. Ball bounces kindly for Ronaldo. That's a sharp challenge. Went in two-footed. He did get the ball, Ioane. The referee didn't like the manner of the tackle. Neither did Ronaldo.
So difficult to know which way Ronaldo's going to go. He's so adept at going on the outside or the inside.
Can't jump in like that. It's 1 foot leading ahead of the other, but it was a dangerous challenge. And whilst he did nail the ball, He caught Ronaldo too. And Manchester United have a free kick here, which Ronaldo and Giggs will work between them. It's in towards Ronaldo, but he's headed in by Nemanja Vidic. Fantastic start. It's Rio Ferdinand who's got the goal. And Manchester United take the lead inside 10 minutes. Plenty of movement inside the penalty area, and it was Ferdinand who got free to score his first goal in Europe for Manchester United. And it couldn't be better timed, inside 10 minutes.
Yeah, movement by United, but very static positioning. No one was able to make a run to get the ball. Maybe the goalkeeper could have come and powered it away. Ferdinand only eyes for the ball, firmly and determinedly into the top of the net.
Well, he claimed a goal in the win at Aston Villa on Saturday. I'm not sure that will remain with Rio Ferdinand, because Villa's excellent young player Craig Gardner got the final touch, but no doubt who got the final touch there. Thumping header from Rio Ferdinand, and Manchester United, who've won each of their 2 opening games in the group by 1-0, lead by 1-0. Turned away by Vidic. This is Gioane. Correa. Gioane immediately under pressure. Look at Tevez tracking back. Anderson allowed him to get in across though.
Nice to see Rooney working right up the front. He'll be looking to exploit the brilliance of his partnership that he expressed on Saturday at Aston Villa. Wonderful first half, the two of them in tandem.
There's a real chemistry developing between Rooney and Tevez. But Manchester United have got so many different ways to score goals against you. To concede to a fairly straightforward set piece will be very frustrating for Dynamo Kiev. They lost the tallest Manchester United player inside their penalty area, and Rio Ferdinand accepted the invitation to score with what was virtually a free header.
It really was an awful goal to concede for Kiev. One ball in, lack of concentration.
Here comes Ronaldo, taking on Desmachny, fired in towards Rooney. Cleared in the nick of time by Gavrancic. Fletcher. O'Shea. Tevez. Taking Gioane first one way and then the other. And winning a corner kick.
Always seeks the ball, Tevez. Always comes short or pulls away. Very rarely stands and is caught static. Always available.
Well, Ferdinand is forward again. John O'Shea is in the penalty area too. It's towards Rio Ferdinand once more. And he just tried to guide a header back into the 6-yard box for somebody else, but he wasn't picked up.
The warning signs again there. Poor defending, and just thought Rio Ferdinand was caught maybe in two minds. Looking to head it softly back towards the back post for another player coming in, but not good defending by Kiev.
O'Shea to Giggs. Well, Manchester United assertive from the off here, and have got early rewards, have Arsenal at the Emirates. Cesc Fabregas for them against Slavia Prague, and Rio Ferdinand for Manchester United against Dynamo Kiev, both top of their Champions League groups and both on course to stay there. Kiev, the perennial champions of Ukraine, are currently 7 points adrift of the league leaders Shakhtar Donetsk here. They're still to register a point in this Champions League group. They're already on their second manager of the season, and Joseph Szabo there is searching for the lost recipe for success. They were booed off after losing to Sporting Lisbon 3 weeks ago.
I think he's the world's outstanding caretaker, Clive. I read where he's been in charge 4 different times.
Rincon trying to lift the crowd, feeding Correa. Yusuf encouraging Gioane to get forward. It's going to be too long though for Diogo Rincon. And the danger passes, and the enthusiasm and encouragement that the crowd gained from that attack quickly subsides. Zabo's got a lot on his mind, far more than the players' wives.
I think Gianni had an opportunity there, go further ahead with the ball, get right deep into United's territory. He crossed it early and too deep.
Correa. Shatsky. Encouraging Nezmachny to get forward. Gavrancic, who played alongside Nemanja Vidic in the Serbian defence, which reached the last World Cup finals with such an impressive qualifying campaign. But he's got Anderson to worry about running at him here. Trying to get it onto his favoured left foot, and Gavrancic was trying to force him on the outside. Sharp challenge by Brown. Gianni ran away from Yusuf, and 1 or 2 heads already dropping in the white shirts.
Yeah, we've just seen 1 or 2 sloppy passes. Manchester not under great pressure at the back. They'll have to hustle earlier in the field, Kiev, if they're going to have any joy. If they give the back four of United too much clean, clear possession, then they're not going to affect the game.
Fletcher. Wes Brown on a scampering run forward. Cover comes from Yusuf, and it is a goal kick to Dynamo Kiev. But when you think that Sir Alex Ferguson has had to make 2 changes to his intended lineup in the last 24 hours, Manchester United have settled very, very quickly into this game. Strong header by Vidic. Yusuf. This is Gusev. Easy enough for Vidic. Foul on Rooney. Diakate is the man in trouble.
I think Diakate is probably trying to set an example to 1 or 2 of his teammates there. He's got to make a tackle occasionally and try and disturb the rhythm of United. And that's what he was trying to do, but wasn't quite in the rule book.
30 now. Rooney trying to sneak in behind Gavrancic. He did get his head to the ball there, Wayne Rooney, jumping against a man much taller than him.
Interesting to see Rooney playing up front. He's played so often for Sir Alex, particularly in away games in Europe, from the wide left position, where United have tried to stifle the opposition, but tonight it looks as though they're going to play an expansive game.
Ronaldo on the burst with Wes Brown at his shoulder. Plays Wes Brown in, rolled in towards Wayne Rooney. 2-0. Manchester United in total control already. Credit Wes Brown for surging forward, and for Cristiano Ronaldo for feeding him. But Wayne Rooney is in the goals again. 7 in his last 6 games for club and country. I have to say, it looks suspiciously offside to me.
The good timing of the pass by Ronaldo was so simple, but isn't it nice to see Rooney poaching in that 6-yard box? You see so many spectacular goals from him, and I think he loves playing right up the front. He gets involved when he comes deep. He's a great link player. I don't think he enjoys playing wide left, but he certainly likes playing up front, and this partnership with Tevez is going to make the Premiership, I think, really sit up in the coming weeks.
Chance for Shatsky to go forward. Hit first time by Correa. Fantastic challenge by Wes Brown, who, having just set up the goal at one end, made a goal-saving tackle at the other. And Ronaldo's on the burst, and he's got Rooney and Tevez in support. He's just delayed the cross, but here it comes, and it's just beyond Rooney and just beyond Tevez.
Were they offside? I thought so. The assistant kept his flag down there, but I think Tevez was offside at the back post. But the point is here that they're so pedestrian, Kiev. They're being allowed to go forward to his nose. Tevez certainly wasn't offside, but Rooney could have been.
Ioane. Headed away by Fletcher. But there's a wonderful fluency and variety about Manchester United attack, because Tevez, Rooney and Ronaldo are all swapping positions. Rooney back to combine here with Giggs. Ronaldo couldn't quite reach that. I think Kavrancic reached him. But they're hanging on here already, Dynamo Kiev.
A massive dilemma for the manager, Sabo. Does he push another player up front to support Bangura? Shatsky is playing wideish on the right. Needs a little bit more application in the centre, that's for sure. Rincon and Correa.
He took over a month ago when defeating the opening Champions League game against Roma. Cost his predecessor Anatoly Damienko his job. Sabo is actually a vice president of Dynamo Kiev. And this is his fourth spell in charge of the club, but it is on a temporary basis. Correa. Shatsky. Bangura just ran away from him. Took his eye off as he was steadying himself. A rather embarrassing moment in which Manchester United have benefited at the moment. When they get the ball, they don't look like giving it back.
Wonderful crossfield ball by Anderson.
Ronaldo has found Rooney. Saved by Shopkovsky. It'll come out for Carlos Tevez. Hit against Kavrancic. He caught that on the head. Referee's got to stop play here. It was another fantastic chance for Manchester United, and another cutting pass to put Rooney in.
Yeah, it's the switching of the play that's not too difficult when you've got players sitting in wide positions like Ronaldo and Giggs. Anderson knew then, once he got it onto his left foot, that he could hit that sweeping diagonal. Ronaldo was away, and at the moment, they look in tatters, Kiev, they really do. I'm looking for a leader down there. I'm looking for someone making even some gestures to the players. There's the shot, the goalkeeper in line to block it, and Tevez looked as though he might have had an opportunity there, but Kavrancic was quite brave.
Dynamo Kiev was so nearly Manchester United's opponents in the Champions League final of 1999. Bayern Munich edged them out in the semis. 3 times they've been semi-finalists, twice UEFA Cup winners, but it's amazing to think they've not won a game in this competition for nearly 3 years. They're not what they were, as Rio Ferdinand and Wayne Rooney have underlined with goals in the opening 18 minutes here. And there's already a gulf in class that's apparent between these two teams. We're only at the midpoint in the first half.
It's fascinating before the game to speak to Rebrov, and he was saying that the South American players that come here aren't used to the physicality of the league here. He said it's like England. Somewhat ironic, really, because Rebrov suffered from the very same thing when he came to England. But he said the football is tough here, and some of the South Americans and the brilliance think that it's easy, and they showboat, and they're not tough enough mentally or physically to take the demands of the Ukrainian game.
Going to Manchester United. O'Shea. Giggs. Fletcher, who's been allowed to settle very quickly, having had a late call up the play in the game. He had 20 minutes at Aston Villa on Saturday after making his comeback from injury for his country in Georgia a week ago. Now here's a danger. Shatsky's got in behind them this time. Ferdinand caught up with him so quickly. Fast across the ground then, Ferdinand, once he'd been exposed. Ioane. Correa. Crossed in by Correa, finding Ioane in some space. Nice to get away from John O'Shea, but it was a wildly ambitious effort from the Romanian fullback.
It would suggest that he's very poor on his left side. He never looked confident when he came inside, but that's the positions that he's got to get forward into. Particularly to test O'Shea, who must be surprised to find himself playing at left back tonight after thinking all day about his position earlier on, where he was going to play in the centre of the midfield.
It's amazing, he played the last 15 minutes at Aston Villa on Saturday in midfield. He played at centre-back for Ireland against Cyprus last week, and in Manchester United's last Champions League game against Roma, who was the right back? John O'Shea, left back tonight. Here's the Kiev right back, Ioane. Bangura lays it off, Yusuf plays it in, Rincon has found Bangura again, and this time he just wriggled away from Vidic momentarily. Play back to Ioane. And then to Rincon again, but he couldn't control the ball instantly. Almost caught by surprise himself.
At least they're a little bit more ambitious in that attack. Got more players forward to support the front. They'll be desperate to try and pull a goal back before the interval. So important for them.
It's Manchester United who look the more likely to score again. Tevez to Fletcher. Always movement. Brown is forward again in this attack. Ronaldo popping up in the centre of the field. O'Shea. Giggs. Anderson.
They're getting behind the ball, Kiev, but they're not pressurising the ball once it comes into the middle third. And they've really got to do that. They've got to affect the possession play of Manchester.
Good news from Arsenal. They now lead Slavia Prague by 2-0. Cesc Fabregas got the first goal. The second was an own goal following a shot by Alexander Hleb. Arsenal 2, Sparta Prague 0. Dynamo Kiev 0, Manchester United 2. Fletcher. Towards Rooney, won it in the air again. Giggs trying to do likewise, might bounce for Tevez. Giggs has been penalised. It's almost a sympathy vote, I think, as much as anything, from the referee for a rather beleaguered Dynamo Kiev defence. Gusev trying to make headway down that left-hand side. Decision has gone Manchester United's way. Some rather disconsolate-looking Kiev players already.
Well, Ferdinand's right on top of his game. He read that. Gusev never looked as though he was going to have the pace to get beyond him. In fact, I'm trying to look closely at those white shirts down there and see where the pace is coming from. I can't really see it. I'm trying to look for a player who might be able to exploit United by running past them with the ball or even making a run without the ball. They don't seem to have the pace.
Giggs teasing ball in towards Rooney. Ronaldo has made a burst into the centre. Gavrancic just managed to get back there. So they were pulled first one way and then the other again. Dynamo Kiev by a lovely combination between Anderson and Tevez. Bangura. Diogo Roncon slipped through towards Gusev on a run. Rincon. Correa played into Shatsky. Very, very swift reaction again from Ferdinand. Fletcher just caught in possession. Correa. Some good tenacious work by Anderson, who's certainly seen out his defensive responsibilities at the heart of that reshaped midfield tonight. Not much of Anderson, the teenage Brazilian who's taken his time to find his feet and fitness with Manchester United. Diakate, the tall defender, has gone forward. Taken by Correa. Cleared by John O'Shea. Oh, and they've got men over here. O'Shea's pass just slightly misplaced, and as Matchney was able to get across there.
There was much more determination by United to break forward when they won that ball in the defence.
Ball has gone out. They're really enjoying themselves out there, the front three. And they've got the licence to really play now, thanks to those early goals from Rio Ferdinand and Wayne Rooney. Good defending by Vidic this time. Ioane taking over. Now Rincon, now Bangura, now Correa. Bangura. Rincon trying to slip it through. It was intricate. But Manchester United kept their shape, kept their discipline. And Ferdinand picked it off, and here goes Ronaldo, tumbled by Youssef.
Naughty challenge that by Youssef, knew exactly what he was doing. Ronaldo just picking up pace. And it's that pace from the middle third that's defeating Kiev at the moment. They can't cope with it. United are breaking too quickly.
Wasn't going to catch him, just checked him. Good clearance by Vidic. Tevez. Rooney went early, but Tevez realised it, and that was a pretty meaty block by Diakati. Just barged into Tevez, caught him in the mouth. Not sure that there's anything to smile about. There's a yellow card on the way for the defender.
That was a body check for sure, but it was not much different to what Youssef has just done to Ronaldo. I'd hate to think that the cynicism comes into the game. There's no question about that. That's a yellow, and it's a bad one. Premeditated, nasty block.
They're struggling to cope here, Dynamo Kiev. And they're having to resort to more foul means than fair. Ferdinand and O'Shea are on the way forward. Kick short to Ronaldo. Trying to set himself for a shot, did a little bit too much. Anderson to Brown. Over the head of Ronaldo.
Like the way Anderson's moving the ball from midfield, we all thought that they would miss Scholes very much tonight. But this is a lovely game for Anderson to enjoy. Having played at Villa on Saturday with his new colleague Nani. Looks very much at home, and Sir Alex will be very pleased with him.
Youssef. Ball was too straight. And Manchester United have had to cope with the late loss of both Paul Scholes with a knee problem in training last night, and Patrice Evra with a calf injury in the warm-up here tonight. Two late changes to their side, but you just wouldn't know it. No sign of disruption here. It's given away by Tevez. Bangura through to Rincon. Anderson staying with him and really seeing that out at the expense of a corner kick. Good tracking back by the young Brazilian.
Just did enough to put him off, not to allow him to get his shot in. Rincon just showing that he might just lack half a yard there. He could have forced his way past Anderson.
Well, there's a free header though, and it's in. Tevez couldn't quite get to it. And Diego Rincon has pulled the goal back for Dynamo Kiev. He was free as Ferdinand was at the other end. Manchester United didn't mark him tightly enough, and neither Van der Sar nor Ronaldo could keep it out on the line. And Diego Rincon of Brazil has put Kiev back in the game.
Well, I'm not quite sure about the marking there at all. Van der Sar was most upset. Once again, a free header, deep and high and swinging. And it was O'Shea possibly that was the nearest to him, and it just came over his head. And if that was the case, Clive, you know, there's always a suspicion that as they make that late change just before the kick-off, maybe they didn't clearly make out who was marking
Rooney
whom.
to Ronaldo, bursting past Gavrancic, and Shovkowski just managed to keep it out. But the Manchester United goal threat remains, having conceded rather a soft one of their own. Their response is not to go into their shell, but to come out firing and looking for another.
Well, we'll soon see if Kiev have got some fire in their bellies. Haven't shown much so far, but they benefited from that piece of poor marking.
Tevez keeping Diakate honest. But that goal certainly will keep Manchester United on their toes. Bangura, here is the goal scorer, Rincon. Trying just to thread it through to Shatsky on a run.
A little bit better, bit of imagination there by Rincon and Shatsky.
Showed a lot of belief in his team to go and play to their strengths tonight. There's an offside flag here against Tevez. 10 points is Sir Alex Ferguson's annual qualification target, first base in the Champions League. Had to wait until the final group game last year. They only got 6 points and went out the year before. Don't want to lose the early momentum that they've got in the group. They've lost some of the early momentum that they gained in this match here. Ferdinand after 10 minutes, Rooney after 18 minutes for Manchester United. Diogo Rincon for Dynamo Kiev after 34 minutes.
Vidic very strong, shielding that ball there against Youssef. They'll be so pleased to have him back in the team. He's the one normally we expect to come up for those set pieces and get those massive headers. Today it was Ferdinand who benefited. It was John O'Shea who got caught under the ball.
There was nobody anywhere near Rincon, really. First goal Manchester United conceded in the Champions League this season. Away by Ioane. Youssef was fouled by O'Shea. Not quite as brutal a body check as a couple that we saw earlier. A clear obstruction by a beaten defender.
We've just opened the shape out a little bit here.
And here's Shatsky. Chasing with Ferdinand, who shepherds the ball out of play. He's the more natural goal scorer of the Kiev forwards, Maxim Shatsky. He scored 5 for his country in a World Cup qualifying match last week, the number 16. But if I tell you it was for Uzbekistan against Chinese Taipei, and that 9-0 was the final score, that maybe gives a lie to that old statement about there are no easy games in international football. But he can, if given the opportunity, find the net. Ronaldo's offside.
As Ronaldo came in there and was caught, Brown was venturing down the right to give another alternative. The movement is good from United when they have the ball.
So we're just having to hedge our bets a little bit with this one now. But Manchester United almost embarrassingly dominant for 20 minutes or so. Now they've allowed Kiev back into this game, conceding a very avoidable goal and offering their opponents great encouragement in the process. Youssef. Ioane. Shatsky. Showed enough of the ball there to Wes Brown. And here goes Ronaldo, prodding it forward towards Carlos Tevez. Rooney and Ronaldo are in support of Tevez here. Crossed in towards Rooney. Dabbed away by Pereira. Such pace about Manchester United when they break. One end of the field to the other in the blink of an eye. But they are a little open to the counter themselves on occasions. Brown's got some defending to do against Shatsky. Out as far as Rincon. He felt he was held back by O'Shea. Referee's not interested. Got to play to the whistle. Ronaldo. Tevez. He's played Rooney in. He's onside. John O'Shea is forward in support. It's Wayne Rooney. It's John O'Shea. Oh, Stojkovski, what a chance. He runs so far to have that moment of glory to enjoy. But when Wayne Rooney put it on a plate for John O'Shea, he couldn't quite gobble up the opportunity.
I was watching Nesmanchi. He just really stopped playing then. How John Shea crept into that position is superb, but far too easy for United to slice up Kiev on the break. And what's happened is Kiev have tried to push more people forward, opened up the midfield and left themselves vulnerable to the counter.
Look how Giggs has gone past Ioane there and hooked in. And an easy goal for Cristiano Ronaldo from a beautiful cross by Ryan Giggs. And that is how Manchester United in this mood answer any questions asked of them, by attacking again and scoring again. Cristiano Ronaldo makes it 3-1 to Manchester United.
Took it so expertly, didn't he? He jumped perfectly. Once again, Giggs providing the perfect ball. A poor challenge by the defender.
No challenge.
Once again, a clear header. Poor Stojkovski must be really worrying about the cover that he's getting tonight.
4 goals in his last 4 Manchester United starts for Cristiano Ronaldo, who is good in the air, but with so little opposition or pressure being offered, really any player might have expected to have accepted that chance, as it was served up by the excellence of Ryan Giggs' cross. Easy for United. Rincon. Ioane. Header away is by Brown. It's come as far as Gusev. Good header by Vidic. Come for Rincon again. Rather desperate defending, but Vidic got it done.
Anderson did well there.
Well, we see a lot of cagey Champions League games, particularly in the group stages, but this has been an open, almost extravagant match from the outset. Ronaldo tumbled by Nesmanchi.
Terribly poor challenge. You've got a jockey and you've got a jockey low. You get caught on your heels and you're going to be in trouble. Here's the cross of Giggs. Cross, nobody did enough about. Diakate had a chance to close the ball. He didn't do so. Giggs floated it in beautifully. Practice ground goal.
And no sooner had the third Manchester United goal gone in than the third Arsenal goal went in. Arsenal 3, Slavia Prague 0. Theo Walcott, the score of that one. Brown. Tevez. Anderson. Tevez. Slipped in. Rio Ferdinand was onside. Will come for Wayne Rooney instead, and he's blazed it over the top.
I've rarely seen such passive defending in the Champions League.
I think passive's a rather kind word, if you don't mind me saying so.
You can say what you like, Clive. What word were you thinking of?
Poor.
Poor.
Amongst others.
Certainly no commander there, no leadership. But United have now got into goal-scoring mood in the last 2 or 3 games. They're winning 1-0. And all of a sudden, it wasn't an illusion. The thoughts of Alex Ferguson, particularly when he suggested that Tevez and Rooney, 2 intelligent players, you don't have to have a big one, you don't have to have a small one, you just have 2 very good, intelligent players together. And I think there's real goal potential.
9 goals in the first 11 games of the season. It led to some head-scratching. 11 more in the last 2.5 games. Normal service has been resumed. The team is coming together, were Sir Alex Ferguson's words at last night's press conference, and how. Fletcher. The Dynamo Kiev has been as bad as Manchester United have been good.
The side playing at home, they've got very few tackles in. Got one or two unfair challenges in, but very few good tackles. There's no real interceptor in the centre of the field, trying to hustle quickly and nick the ball and set them off on the counter.
Gavrancic, Bangura, Yusuf, Rincon. Yusuf striding on. Goal kick.
Anderson once again back there helping Vidic. He's putting in a real shift in midfield.
Yes, his Manchester United career didn't start particularly well. He had some injuries. He was then hauled off at half-time on his debut, but he's found himself in the last week or so, and Manchester United have found a real rhythm tonight ahead. 2 up inside 20 minutes with goals from Ferdinand and Rooney. And although Diogo Rincon made them think for a moment or two, Ronaldo added a third. Dynamo Kiev 1, Manchester United 3.
Once again, look at all the space and the time there that United have to get that shot away. They're just so frail in front of the back defenders.
It's good movement by Rooney, wasn't it? Slipped across the front of the defender, who was a little static. It was actually a collision between Shovkovsky and his central defender that caused the damage to the veteran Ukrainian goalkeeper. He was actually dropped by his country after the defeat to Scotland the weekend before last, but he is vastly experienced, the most capped player in Ukrainian international history, but shaken up by that unwitting clash with Gavrancic. Certainly a lot of concern, and Shovkovsky is being given every opportunity to recover fully.
Supporters of Kiev very good, still getting behind the team. There's a lot of noise generated in the stadium.
Theo Walcott has scored again for Arsenal at the Emirates. They now lead Slavia Prague by 5-0. Walcott's second of the evening. Shovkovsky shaken and stirred. Szabo, his manager, watching on rather stoically.
I don't think he can get the sack, Clive, because I think that he's on the board of directors, so I think he's going to be immune from any culling.
Szabo was actually in charge the last time Dynamo Kiev won a Champions League game nearly 3 years ago. He's been out and back in since then. Ronaldo slipped through towards Rooney, and Shovkovsky's courage will be tested, but he got to that okay.
Tevez was behind that move as well, with his determination to regain possession. I think it's been a feature of United's play tonight. So superior to the opposition in regaining possession. The amount of times they've won the ball to start counter-attacks. Much superior to Kiev in that area of the game.
As reflected by that scoreline, the early goals from Ferdinand and Rooney. Rincon pulled one back, but the goal just before half-time, well-taken header by Cristiano Ronaldo, has restored Manchester United dominance, and no more than their play on the night is deserved. Rincon, Bangura, Milevski, trying to twist away from Fletcher. He's found Rincon. He trusts his left foot to cross. Ferdinand's had an excellent night.
He really has.
Now you see it, now you don't. He's given it away after all that. Belkevich. Now Gusev. Just like a shot, the Ukrainian international, and he hasn't tested Edwin van der Sar as yet. Our football coverage continues throughout the evening on ITV. Champions Tuesday Extra at 10 o'clock on ITV4 gives you the chance to join in the debate of the night's action by phone or text. The numbers are there on your screen. Then just after 11, highlights of all the evening's Champions League games here on ITV1. And we've got more live European football on Thursday. Tottenham versus Getafe in the UEFA Cup live on ITV4 from 7 o'clock. Details of all that, much more on our website, itv.com/football. Free kick has been given. Yes, you.
Well, I think he's been very unlucky there, Fletcher, to concede that free kick. Fascinating, you know, when you look at United's team, the back four tonight, all in essence central defenders. Wes Brown and O'Shea can be considered central defenders who are playing full-back. When England went away to Moscow, they also played 4 central defenders across the back four. But of course, unfortunately, as they got nervous, they sat too deep. Don't expect United to do that.
Yeah, Ronaldo and Tevez didn't play quite so well that night either. Free kick to Dynamo Kiev. Correa takes! There's a lot of people inside the stadium thought that was in the net. It was the side of the net, with Van der Sar scrambling.
Got a nice bend on it. Van der Sar comfortable.
Latest from the Emirates, Arsenal 6, Slavia Prague 0. Cesc Fabregas has scored for the second time tonight. Arsenal 6, Slavia Prague 0. Need Rangers to pull off a famous victory against Barcelona to complete a British treble on the night. Manchester United look to be well on the way here too. Rincon. A bit of space for Correa. Certainly a lot for Gusev outside of him. Correa ran into traffic. Belkevich has seen Gusev. His passing has made a difference here. Gusev trying to get on the outside of O'Shea. Corner kick, but Belkevich, wily old fox, is pulling a few strings now in the Dynamo Kiev midfield. There's a bit more order there now.
Yeah, he has the ability to spread the ball, very experienced. Watch this corner closely. United conceded.
Correa takes. It's flicked over at the near post, I think, by Wayne Rooney.
Closer marking there.
But we want to see Rooney back inside of his own penalty area trying to help out.
I'm quite happy at corner kicks.
Was another heady chance this time for Yusuf. Back out as far as Correa. So a little bit anxious back there. Wes Brown has conceded another corner. There's a chance that time for Ayala Yusuf. He was free for a moment. Correa once more. That's better from Vidic. Anderson just about doing enough. And here comes the charge. Here comes the Manchester United sprint relay squad. The baton is with Cristiano Ronaldo. The others racing to get with him. Ronaldo slides it in. It's Ryan Giggs. Oh, it's a good tackle. Good sliding challenge by Gavrancic. The danger hasn't passed. Rooney. And they have to make do with the corner.
Rooney keeps trying to bisect that defensive line, and between that line and the goalkeeper with those wicked balls.
Just looking at Ryan Giggs walking very slowly towards the near touchline. He's still as fit as a fiddle, but trying to keep up with Ronaldo, Rooney and Tevez at his age. 34 next month, Ryan. It's his corner, it's Ronaldo's header. And it's gathered by Shovkovsky.
You asked previously, do we want to see Rooney back in his box? But if they can break as quickly as that and induce the other team forward, then have more space to break into. And with that speed, they're dangerous. That was a great attack coming from their own corner.
Anderson has won the ball again. It's cleared by Nismachny. And again, Correa. Nesmachny. Kiev. Correa getting it back from Rincon. Now Yusuf. Correa stabbed in, trying to get it through to Milevski. Now is he brought down? No, it's gone the other way. Manchester United got the benefit of the doubt. Vidic, I think, was trying to shepherd it back to Van der Sar, but he was fouled by Milevski.
Very clever pass. Superb outside of the right foot, the little nick forward. I think Kiev are a little bit unfortunate there.
I think he was offside to begin with for me, but it's marginal. Not quite sure what he did wrong after that. Vidic went to ground and Vidic got the free kick. If it had gone the other way, one imagines that Vidic would now be on his way with a rather quaint courtyard behind the main stand to the Manchester United dressing room. Milevski. Looking for Gusev. Ronaldo having to help out back there. A little bit of pressure gathering here. Chance for Rincon.
Just a bit of carelessness there at the back for United.
Corner kick. Correa will take. Ooh, the header down was dangerous. Climbed by Rincon again.
I think it's Fletcher that's still got the job of marking Rincon. There's Szabo, looks quite philosophical, whether he expected before the game to take this game. There's certainly an opportunity when you play at home, but they showed United great respect, too much respect, and United started off with such good width and got into their rhythm so early that Kiev didn't really have an answer.
Free kick has gone against Rooney. One or two things just starting to go against Manchester United. Still have a 3-1 lead. Still a healthy control of the match.
Yeah, United still very dangerous on the count, and all that's happened really is Kiev are playing further forward. Their back defenders are pushed up a little bit, gambled. Rincon's playing much closer to the front. Yusuf's pushing up further on the right. And as you remarked, Balcevic has added that little bit of composure into the centre of the field.
Diakate. It's too strong for Nesmachny. If you are participating in our Champions Tuesday Extra at 10 o'clock on ITV for this evening, and you're texting through your opinions on what's happening, just to clarify, text Tuesday and your name with your message to 63338. Text Tuesday, name, location and message to 63338. Error by O'Shea, and he's headed into the path of Bangura unwittingly, and Ferdinand has recovered again. How good has he been for Manchester United this evening? A little bit more work to do though, Ferdinand and co.
Top centre-backs always make time for themselves, and you just feel tonight Ferdinand has class in everything that he's done.
Rincon's little flick. Fletcher doing well in front of his back four. Manchester United need to settle themselves down, and this is how they do it, by breaking out and threatening to score. Tevez in towards Rooney, charged down on the edge of the penalty area by Gavrancic. Now, has he's given handball against Gavrancic, which for me is strange on two counts. One, I don't think it was deliberate, and two, I think it was possibly inside the box. He did move his arm, It was hit at him. Now, whether that was in or out, the referee's decided a free kick on the edge.
He hit him high on the shoulder, didn't it? But Ronaldo was completely free at the back post. Another of those quick breaks. He's going to consult his assistant. I have to say there, the pass of Anderson in that move is absolutely
penalty.
superb.
He's given a penalty. He made his mind up about the handball. He wasn't sure whether it was in or out. The assistant referee said, well, if you're giving a free kick, I'm sorry, you're going to give a penalty. It was in. It's a rather soft penalty for Manchester United, but it's just what they needed, coming under a little bit of pressure. How much intent is there? That's what's important. It's got to be deliberate. He's actually turning his head away from the ball. I don't think that's a deliberate action. That's all the referee's got to decide. Did he mean it?
Probably prevents a goal chance.
Not anymore, it doesn't. Rooney missed at Villa on Saturday. Ronaldo was off the field then. It will be Cristiano Ronaldo. It will be 4. Little shuffle just to try to unsettle Shovkovsky. Then an unstoppable shot. And Manchester United in complete charge with Cristiano Ronaldo's second goal of the night.
Well, it was an improbable penalty, but, you know, looking at the assistant, if he feels it's in the area and he's made an offence, he should put his flag across his chest. He never did that. I just can't quite understand why the referee, having given it, then went to see the assistant, then changed his mind to put it inside. The assistant thought it was inside in the first place, and his flag should have gone across his chest.
The assistant clearly didn't think it was handball, the referee did. So it was a joint decision. Referee ruled on the offence, assistant ruled on the positioning, and Cristiano Ronaldo said thank you very much. It's his 6th goal of the season already. And Manchester United are 3 clear. There's Matchny. Yusuf gets it back from Bangura. Correa. It's all very tight and intricate, but it's well worked. And now Gusev can try to provide something for Correa. And Gusev again. And Correa across the face of goal, and Rincon can't quite catch up with it, and it's a goal kick.
Good football. The Brazilian Correa doing well in that move. Final ball letting them down.
As we watch this again, Manchester United are actually breaking clear with Ronaldo. It's an attack which has been broken up. We've got it back again with Wes Brown. It's been a very open game from the beginning, and that has suited Manchester United. They simply carry 5 times more attacking threat than their opponents. Wes Brown. And you just get the feeling it's one of those nights that however many Dynamo Kiev happen to score, Manchester United would just score more. Rincon. Bangura. Rincon has gone on. Cut out by Anderson. Yusuf. Diakate. Ferdinand's back there. He's caught out for once, although the decision has gone in his favour. Handball against Rincon.
A little bit fortunate there. I thought he was going to hammer that into Rosehead.
United won their first 3 group games last year, but then lost in Copenhagen and again at Celtic Park, and they had to get something against Benfica in their final match. The year before they lost to Benfica and Lille on their travels and didn't qualify. Not 1 or 2 blemishes on their away record. But they did reach the knockout stages 9 years in a row. It's no more than you expect of them. And they're heading for 9 points from their opening 3 games again, which will put them within a point or so of definite qualification. Giggs really is just offside.
They're very open at the back now because they push players forward. It's a very difficult situation for them. Looks as though Nani's going to be introduced. I wonder when the last time was when 2 British teams had shed 10 goals at this stage of the Champions League evening.
Referee's given a goal kick. Manchester United can now make that change. It's going to be Carlos Tevez to be replaced. And Nani, who will be 21 next month, will come on in his place for the remaining 20 minutes or so.
He's done very well, Tevez. Settling down. Just as at West Ham, he found it difficult at the start. New colleagues, new surroundings. But he's just beginning to really assimilate himself into the United scheme of things. Terrific work rate tonight.
Rudy's leap has won Manchester United a throw-in. Giggs. Hooked clearance by Nesmachny. Ronaldo. There's some smoke drifting from a section of the terracing, a Dynamo Kiev section. A couple of smoke bombs have gone off. I don't think it's anything more disturbing than that. The Manchester United support are perched up high on the second tier of the stadium. And Tevez has given his all again. And Manchester United have a 4-1 lead to show for the efforts of he and those around him. And it's a pretty weary and forlorn looking Dynamo Kiev again.
Has a really poor ball out to Nesmachny there. Nani's got a chance to show his trickery from the wide right position against him.
Those big empty areas behind each goal decorated by the Ukrainian national colours are part of a redevelopment scheme of this stadium. There's some building work going on at either end of the stadium in readiness for the European Championship final, still 5 years more away. It's not in any sense a lack of interest in the fixture. The 40-odd thousand tickets that did go on sale were all snapped up. Ronaldo. Anderson. Here's Rooney. Couldn't force it past Gavrančić the first time of asking. It will come for Nani. He's outnumbered. He's got past the first defender and squeezed the ball against the foot of the second and won a corner kick. It's he who provided the scoring pass for Wayne Rooney in Manchester United's last Champions League win against Roma. Rooney himself will be 22 tomorrow. Haven't had my invitation yet. He must be the postal strike. Nani. Rolled back towards Ferdinand. Caught in possession though this time by Diakate. Chance to lead a breakout and find Bangura. But it's a rather aimless, hopeful ball tripped into the Manchester United penalty area. Had a better spell in the opening quarter of an hour this second half, but as they warm up their substitute goalkeeper, Dynamo Kiev have all but thrown the towel in again here.
Yes, there's far too much space for United to get the ball into their front players. Youssef and Correa long gave up their defensive duties, sitting in front of the defensive group. They've left them to cope with these counter-attacks.
Anderson has been one of the real successes of the night for Manchester United, getting it back from John O'Shea. Procting and probing, flicking it on is Cristiano Ronaldo. Anderson makes it his business to get it back. Got a wiry strength. He's taking on a bit too much that time. Youssef with a challenge. He's got energy though.
Yeah, I agree. He's had a very good game Some classical passing from him.
Mind you, I had energy when I was 19. Here's Rincon. Correa. Oh, the dangerous cross was dealt with by Nemanja Vidic. Bangura back to Correa. He is a good crosser of the ball. Bangura. A bit of space for Gusev. Belkevich. Yusuf. Playing in front of Manchester United. Malevski's missed control. Allows Vidic. And O'Shea to clear. And here goes Ronaldo. Unstoppable, unholdable. Nani. Support from Rooney, Ronaldo and Giggs. Nani's pulled it back. Ronaldo helps it on with a little flick. And just can't quite complete the job as Shovkovski comes out. That was audacious, as you'd expect from Cristiano Ronaldo.
Quite remarkable, really. The 4v4 situation when Nani had the ball and the rest of the white-shirted Kiev players were just looking back and I think hoping that they'd somehow recover that defensively and get the ball up the field.
Bangura! It's 4-2 now. Smacked that from the edge of the penalty area. I think Edwin van der Sar maybe got something on it as he fell to his right. But it was a well-struck shot by Ismail Bangura. And Manchester United's lead is reduced again. It's a goal fest. They have got Thomas Kuszczak warming up Manchester United, and I just wonder whether Van der Sar is hampered in some way.
I think given there was a quality of shot there as well. It was low in the corner, it bounced just before Van der Sar. Wasn't an easy one to tip away. But we'd have to give Bangura some credit.
But Thomas Kuszczak is about to come on. I hear from Gabriel Clark down on the touchline that it isn't any concern about the fitness of Edwin van der Sar. They just want to give Kuszczak another taste of the atmosphere of a Champions League game. Danny Simpson is also going to get a similar taste. But it is 4-2, and it is Malevski on the ball. And stranger things have happened. And this is Correa trying to curl one.
Well, he looked up. Van der Sar just on the edge of his 6-yard box. Might have given us a grandstand finish.
Well, Van der Sar is leaving the field. He'll be 37 next week. A very experienced Dutch goalkeeper giving way to Thomas Kuszczak, who deputised for him against Roma 3 weeks ago in what was his first European game. And tonight it's going to be a first European appearance for the 20-year-old Salford-born fullback Danny Simpson, who's going to join Kuszczak on the field in place of the skipper Ryan Giggs. Simpson has gone into an unfamiliar position at left back, where John O'Shea pushing forward in the midfield, and Kuszczak takes over from Van der Sar between the posts.
Yeah, two strong midfield players now. O'Shea and Fletcher. Nani is also in there. Really, he's gone to a 3 now in the middle. We've just buttoned down the hatches.
Instead, it's Nani looking for another goal. Feeds Wayne Rooney. Diakate did enough. They've had some chances tonight. Some of their opponents, though. Kiev 2, Manchester United 4. Milevski didn't keep the ball in.
Talking about your energy, Clive, or lack of energy, I noticed Oleg Lusny. I think they used to call him the horse when he played at the Arsenal. Certainly when he played at Kiev he had that reputation. He used to run up and down for fun. He's back here coaching now. I'm sure Arsenal supporters who aren't at the Emirates tonight would be interested in that one. Coaching the reserve side here in Kiev.
They have a tradition of appointing only former Kiev players to the main coaching roles. It's a tradition which the club are likely to change as soon as they can. They're actively looking for a foreign coach to try to give them some new direction. O'Shea, Ronaldo. Every time Manchester United come forward, they carry menace. This is Rooney. Clip back to Ronaldo. Going for goal himself this time. Shovkovsky got his angles right. Could have had a hatful.
Well, you could say Kiev have stopped defending, but there may be an argument that they never started defending.
It's been like one long trip to the dentist for the Kiev defenders. A painful night. Correa. Belkevich. Lots of these intricate little triangles. This Matchley has been worked into a good position, provided a good cross, and Thomas Kuszczak deals with it in expert fashion. Fletcher, who's had a quietly effective night, just conceded a free kick. As I say that, he's bound to be a little bit leg weary now. Darren Fletcher, he hasn't had a lot of football in the last month, having suffered a fractured bone in his leg, playing for his country last month. Correa, who's done some good work tonight, is going to be replaced by the Ukrainian World Cup midfield player Ruslan Rotan. This is Rincon. Almost through to Milevski. Rather anxious defending by Vidic. Yusuf. Fletcher trying to help out. It's come for Rincon, and Kuszczak has to make a save.
Had a good night's work, Kuszczak, hasn't he? Alert. Not easy to come off the bench when you've been watching the play on a cold evening. You have to be alert immediately, and he to that one, low to his right.
There's an interesting longer-term issue here for Manchester United, with Owen Hargreaves and Michael Carrick both injured, and Paul Scholes facing a scan on a knee injury in the morning with the suspicion that he suffered some cartilage damage. Bangura coming forward as to how much of a hole has been punched into Manchester United midfield and how they're going to have to fill it against perhaps better teams than Dynamo Kiev. Tonight, Alec Ferguson has trusted his attacking players to keep scoring at the other end, but against a better side, I just wonder whether they might have been a little embarrassed despite the excellence of Anderson in the centre of midfield tonight. The defence have been exposed at times.
Yes, well, it's been an attack and counter-attack in this half. United should have really put the game to bed on, well, innumerable occasions in this second half. When Kiev have gone forward, Ferdinand and Vidic have been more than comfortable, really. But to credit Kiev, they've had a few goal attempts in this second period. But I think the bonuses have been for Sir Alex, really, particularly the continued successful combination of Rooney and Tevez, and the slow assimilation of Anderson in midfield. I think he's going to be another winner for United.
I suppose you could say he's entitled to be when you pay £18 million, but he's a teenage player, essentially one for the future, and is very much part of the present already. Anderson just nudging it back to O'Shea. Here's Ronaldo. And Manchester United have that traditional youthful zest about their play again, there's no doubt about that. Ronaldo epitomising that, taking on a bit too much, as is his wont sometimes. Arby's lifted that beautifully into the path of Anderson, who's found a way out to Ronaldo again. They're playing their own little game. It's Danny Simpson actually down in that corner, joining in the fun.
Seems only a few weeks ago they were going out of the League Cup to Coventry City, and 5 or 6 of these players were playing in that side after a game in which Sir Alex was quite critical of his backup team, but I think it was the kick up the backside that 1 or 2 of them needed, and tonight we've seen a partial result of that criticism.
O'Shea, who played that night, Nani, who played that night. Slipped through to Ronaldo, it'll come back for Nani. He's got Rooney in support. It's still Nani. Oh, teasing the goalkeeper. Still got the ball, gets the cross in. Shovkovsky manages to improvise, and Kiev escape with a corner.
Reminds me of playing on the beach, you know, teasing. Get that ball in the onion bag. Make it 5, make it 6. Here he thought, no, I'm going to score, I'm going to chip it over his head.
Corner kick is the result. Not a very good one. Diakate. It's got it away to Gusev. Here goes Milevski. Belkiewicz. Bangura. Rotan with the cross. Turned away by O'Shea. Gusev has committed a foul and winning it back from Nani. Manchester United are at home to Middlesbrough next weekend, Saturday 3 o'clock, whatever next. Arsenal visit Liverpool on Sunday, so things could change at the top. Manchester City are at Chelsea on Saturday. Champions League resumes in 2 weeks' time with the reverse fixtures. Kiev travel to Old Trafford. With Manchester United well on the way to joining Liverpool as the only English teams to have won in Kiev. One little landmark for the home side, their 100th Champions League goal this evening. That second goal scored by Bangura. Nani just overrunning it. But it's been a night, a bonanza night of goals for the two English representatives in this competition. And both will finish the night within a point of qualifying for the knockout stages, proudly on top of their groups. Milevski. Cross comes Ferdinand.
I suppose the question of the early quality of the Premiership clubs compared with some of the group teams. United will be absolutely delighted to get to 9 points so quickly in the competition.
That tally of goals scored by the English clubs tonight has just risen to 11. 4 for Manchester United here this evening and 7 for Arsenal at the Emirates. Nicholas Bentner has just joined in the fun there. Arsenal 7, Slavia Prague 0. Wouldn't be stretching it to say Manchester United could have had 7 here. Simpson's header, helped on by Fletcher. Ronaldo with the flick. Turned away by Nesmachny.
It's the zest and the youthful pace that United have managed to get into this side that must really take years off Sir Alex Ferguson's age. He must really enjoy looking after a young group, which he will listen and learn. But they've got such energy and speed. That's what makes them so interesting a side.
3 extra minutes to come. Ready to Anderson.
Mr. Versatility. He's had a good game tonight. Thrust into the left-back position. O'Shea.
Rotan. Missed by Ferdinand for once, but Bangura couldn't bring it under control. Ferdinand now wearing the captain's armband. Headed by Gavrancic. Ronaldo. Nani. It's beautifully done again. Ronaldo. Brown. Another lifted pass towards Wes Brown, who burst forward past Gavrancic, but it is a goal kick.
Brown still going forward. It's the United right back in the last minute.
Darren Fletcher's filled in for him. Yusuf. The good news on the injury front is that Gary Neville, who's done 10 straight days of training and is just about ready now for a reserve game or two. And Manchester United need to boost up the numbers with half a dozen significant injuries to deal with at the moment. Not a lot of scope for rotation. So the good news for Gareth Southgate and Middlesbrough is that we'll be facing these players again on Saturday. Fletcher, Rooney, Anderson, Nani, hooked in by Simpson, and Ronaldo might just catch up with this. Last of the added minutes. It's been a never a dull moment sort of night. Wes Brown. Cut out by Nesmachny. Here's Rotan. 4 goals against Wigan. 4 goals at Aston Villa on Saturday. 4 more goals for Manchester United. 12 in their last 3 games. The 4 here in Kiev have earned a victory, only the second ever by an English team against Dynamo in this city. Have maintained Manchester United's lead in Group F, maintained their 100% record in Group F, and carried them to within 1 point of qualifying for the knockout stages of the Champions League. And the really bad news for Dynamo Kiev is they've got to go to Old Trafford in 2 weeks' time.
Yes, a fine win for United and a big step towards Champions League qualification.